All right, y'all, it's July the 29th. It is now 2:02, and we got them sitting over here at Advance Auto. I guess they called DC and the Park Police, because we saw them drive by when I was walking by to get my other camera. Let's see if they still sitting out here. Yep, they still sitting out here, y'all. We got 3 of them out here now. As you see, we got 3 now. We got 3 of them sitting here. Those are the feds, y'all. That's 3 of them right there. What's wrong with my camera? See them 3 right there sitting together? Those are feds sitting down here on the back of Advance Auto. And Advance Auto knows they're sitting back here, y'all. That's the thing about it. They know they're sitting back here because that's the security guard's car right there. And they park right beside it. Why is this camera acting up now? Hold on, y'all. Let me clean the lens. All right, there we go. That's the 3 cars right there. They fed cars. But again, this ain't even about them, unless y'all, we've already told you they hang out here. But we got Advance Auto allowing them to sit on the parking lot over here, y'all. This is Advance Auto off of New Hampshire Avenue and Eastern Avenue. And we got them sitting down here in the back, y'all. Let's go to the front. So I just want to show y'all that this is Advance Auto letting them use their property. So we got to boycott rich people to make them understand they are not immune to what is going on in America. They want your dollar bills, but they don't want to come out here and help the citizens of what is going on in America today. We're in the city of Tacoma Park, Maryland, y'all. We're in the city of Tacoma Park. I'm gonna show you the sign where we at. You see where the feds shot another person? We're in the city of Tacoma Park, and we got the feds sitting back there in the back, y'all, in unmarked cars. You see that? And that's the people who are boycotting Advance Auto. We got to step it up and boycott some more, because they're allowing them to use their parking lot as a staging area. As a staging area. They can easily go back there and tell them, get off our property. We don't want you sitting on our property. But as you see, that's them back there in the back there, y'all. That's them sitting. There's 3 of them back there now. And what they're doing is they're using Advance Auto. Advance Auto is letting them do it. That's why their parking lot is so empty now. But we got to keep putting the pressure on these rich people, investments, who think that they are not immune to this. I mean, who feel that they are immune to this. What is going on in America today, y'all. They part of the problem. They are part of the problem, y'all. They want your money, but they don't want to stand up and be counted along with the rest of us. But they're sitting all the way in the back there. 3 cars sitting all the way in the back there, y'all. Fed cars. These are employee cars here. That's not an employee car. But this is why we got to boycott these rich people's investments, y'all. You know, we need the cops, but we got to make rich people stand up and be counted too, y'all. Don't feel that they can just keep taking our money and they're not helping the citizens against this apartheid or this regime that is taking over in the United States today. They are part of this shit. They want your money. But again, these guys been sitting here all day, they told me. Like 3 hours, 3-4 hours. And they still sitting back here. And they know I'm out here recording them. But they don't give a fuck because Advance Auto is letting them use the parking lot back there. They closed the gate, but they still letting them use the parking lot. So boycott Advance Auto, y'all. There are a whole lot of more auto spots out here that you could use. But this one right here, we got to boycott it. People come in here and get parts, and next thing you know, they locked up. Got the feds back there. That's the feds back there. You know, this is what I tell y'all. To put a stop what's going on in America, all that protesting and rioting and shit, that shit don't solve nothing. To put a stop to this, you got to go into the pockets of these rich people who allow this kind of shit to go on. And that's what's going on with Advance Auto. They're allowing these guys to sit on their property and monitor their property. And the owner or the manager of this Advance Auto, all he got to do is go out there and tell them, I need you to get off the property. They're not investigating nothing. They're not here to, nobody called them to come on. This is private property. But yet and still, they want to trespass the person who's bringing it to the people. And allow them to do this. Just like I got a letter from YouTube saying that I was cyberbullying and harassing the police by filming them, y'all. Ain't that some shit? And then when I told them that the definition of harassment and cyberbullying, you can't do that with a government official while on duty. So that's out of the picture. But they removed some of my recordings because they say I was cyberbullying because these guys reached out and touched YouTube. So social media ain't no better. So we are deciding to open up our own platform or whatever you guys call it, like YouTube, where we can put real recordings on there that nobody can come to us and tell us we bullying or cyberbullying anybody. But they're sitting in the back, all the way in the back there, yeah. Again, the only way you put a stop to this is boycotting these rich people who allow this to take place on their property. And what they're doing is, I don't know if that's what these guys are doing, but what they do is take down your tag numbers, run your tag numbers, and to see if you legally supposed to be in this country or not. I don't know what that's what these guys are doing, but if you go to Wheaton at that fresh farm, we saw them up there doing that. They were taking pictures of people's tag numbers. What do you need to take their tag numbers for if you're not going to run it? But again, we're at New Hampshire Avenue and Eastern Avenue. I don't know the address of this place here, think it's 60 or something like that. But it's the only Advance Auto over here off of Eastern Avenue and New Hampshire Avenue. This lady's with this car right here in my way. She gonna need to move out the way. They got them at the McDonald's. They got them over here at Advance Auto. We got 3 of them over here. They got some at McDonald's. They all over. We are in Montgomery County in the city of Tacoma Park, Maryland, y'all. At Advance Auto off of New Hampshire Avenue and Eastern Avenue, y'all. And we got to boycott the rich people, y'all, to let them know they're part of the problem. What time you move? Let's see if she moved. She's still sitting here. Get your ass out the way. There's a security officer now leaving. So as you see, he gonna go to his car. He gonna go to his car. So he know they're out there. See him going to his car? So they park right beside the security officer. So he know they out there. This is why we got to boycott these mugs here, man. Uneducated people. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. They want change, but they don't want to stand up for the change. They cry about how these guys are locking up people in America, but they don't want to stand up and boycott nothing. They just want to keep it going on. This is how we put a stop to this. When we keep the feds off our private property, let them stay on public property. I ain't got a problem with that, but stay on public property. When you come on private property of a business and the business knows it, and you don't go out there and say nothing, you part of the problem. Again, it is now 2:25, y'all, and we still got them sitting over here. Let's see if we can get them. There we go, y'all. We can get them in between the cars right here. That's the silver and the black one, and then there's another black one over there where the white car is parking at. We got to start boycotting rich people's investments to send a message to them. They need to come out and help us put a stop to this, what is taking on in America today. And Advance Auto know they sitting on their property. They know that. So it ain't like they don't know. And I'm pretty sure they don't call management. I know they don't call management and told management that I was out here recording again. So I know they don't told them because somebody locked the back gate and they still sitting back here in the back. You can no longer sit on the fence in America and say it's not bothering me or I'm not worrying about it. We got to stand up, and all of us got to be counted for in this country. These big businesses want your money, but they don't want to stand for nothing, y'all. You know, that's their motto. Just take their money and let them deal with whatever comes. What's up, man? You need some brakes, man. Hey, you need some brakes and rotors. You need some brakes and rotors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got the rotors on this side messed up. I can see the grooves in them. I can see the groove in it.
Oh, really? Oh.
They may not be bad, but you better think about changing them.
I got you, man.
All right, brother. Again, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem, and Advance Auto is part of the problem. When you allow feds sitting on your property, monitoring your property, it is now 2:32, and they've been sitting over here for a couple of hours, from my understanding. I know it's been 2 hours since I've been over here. They've been sitting over here. So why are you sitting over here? Are you out here monitoring people's license plates? Collecting people's license plates out here? I'll wait until them two cars move so I'll see if I can get a better picture. But I gotta be looking around, you know, who's coming and whatever. Damn, some threw something at their car. Now they got some more cars in the way. I need these cars right here to move out the way so I can get a better picture. But again, we are down here at Advance Auto off of New Hampshire Avenue and Eastern Avenue in Tacoma Park, in the little city of Tacoma Park in Montgomery County, Maryland. And we got 3 fed unmarked vehicles sitting in the back here on the property of Advance Auto, y'all. Advance Auto is letting them use their property. That's them back there in the back. The feds back there, sitting back there, all the way in the back there, sitting back in the back there. pull my pants up. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna set this down for a minute. Alright, I ain't wearing my vest today. People tell me that I need to start wearing my vest. But that mug is a bulletproof vest. I ain't even going through all that. Ain't nobody shooting at me. But that mug heavy. Putting all this shit in it. But again, as you see, there's a silver and a black one and another black one back there. All right, this guy here coming out, he gonna move that truck right there, and we can get a better picture. Look at this clown right here. He's so scared. He about to run off the side of the road. Clowns, man. Part of the problem in America, y'all. All right, there they go right there. You can see him all the way in the back there. Now he gonna come and park in my way. Hold on, man, don't get in the way. You can see him all the way in the back in there. There's 3 of them back there. But again, Advance Auto is letting them sit here. So we got to boycott this Advance Auto because it's allowing these guys. You can see the arm of one of the officers. See him there, it's a white guy. You see them, the silver car, the black car, and then there's another black car. But the problem is, this is what rich people do, allow these guys to sit on their property and do nothing. And do nothing. They don't come out of here, and management is in there. They don't come out and say nothing to them to get off their property. But then they're taking citizens' tag numbers and running their tag numbers to find out if they're Americans or not. But again, they're sitting all the way in the back. There's 3 of them back there. We are in Montgomery County, in the corporation of Montgomery County, in the little city of Tacoma Park, Maryland. And for all you people who say Maryland ain't helping the feds or Maryland ain't doing this, bullshit. Somebody's car is squeaking like a mug over there. That car whining. But this is your tax dollars at work, y'all. The silver, black one, and it's another black one back there. You know, and the funny thing about it is most of these people who come in here are foreigners. And they want you to help them, but they don't want to help themselves. That's what gets me. They want Americans to help them, but they don't want to help themselves. And to help themselves, they got to boycott businesses like this. We're not going to spend our money where big business is allowing this to take place. And that's why I'm boycotting it. You know, they talking about trespass. Get out of it. I don't give a fuck about a trespass. I don't give my money to criminals who are going to allow organized crime to continue on their property. And they keep coming to the door, so they know they out. Well, they know I'm out here, and they know I'm out here filming something. And I'm pretty sure the security guard don't told them that these guys are sitting out here in the back here. But yet and still, ain't no management person came back here and told them that they want them off their property. So we got to bring it to the light of the people. We got to start boycotting Advance Auto. This one on New Hampshire Avenue. This Advance Auto on New Hampshire Avenue. We got to put the word out to boycott this. This is their warehouse, y'all. These individuals have decided to wage war on the Constitution of the United States, the supreme law of this country, and to rewrite it the way they want it to be, to put all you people back in shackles. But this is Advance Auto right here, y'all, who's allowing, let me show you now. This is Advance Auto on New Hampshire Avenue and Eastern Avenue, who's allowing the feds to sit on their property and take pictures of people's tags and whatever they're doing back there in the back there, and then run your name and whatever. This Advance Auto right here. We got the feds sitting all the way in the back there. This wind's strong out here today. I'm pretty sure I got something on the back of me looking at me. But, you know, when you're doing right, you don't worry about things like that. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And these rich people want you to spend your money with them, but they don't care if a crooked government comes and lock you up. And to be honest, I don't know what they're doing back there. You know, they could be taking pictures of people's tag numbers and everything back there, sitting back there. This is what you got to do. We got to boycott these places that allow these people to do this shit. Again, they was up in Wheaton at the Harley Farms, the new Harley Farms up there, taking photographs, pictures of people's tag numbers. This was the feds. I don't know who these guys is right here. You know, one of them was a Prince George's County. I don't know. He could be in the wrong jury. I don't know who those other two is. And I don't know who that third one is because the other one left. But they could be out here taking pictures of y'all tag numbers and running y'all tag numbers while Advance Auto is taking your money inside. So what y'all better be doing is being careful and observant when y'all go into these different places, Harley Farms, Costco, Giant, 7-Eleven, CVS's, and watch and see who's sitting in the parking lot before y'all get out and, what's up, youngin? Before y'all get out and go in there and patronize these places. What's up, young man? We got the feds back there in the back there.
Yeah.
You see them 3 cars all the way back there in the back?
Oh, undercover?
Yeah. They've been back there a couple hours on bringing it to the people. Okay, this white car finna move and you'll see them better. But this is what we got to do. We got to bring awareness to the people. So when y'all come into these kind of places, y'all better look around and see, because the only reason they back there in the back there is they taking pictures of people's tag numbers. Why you park way back in the back? There's 3 of them back there. There's no other reason other than what? To take tag numbers of customers coming into this Advance Auto. So y'all better be careful when y'all come into places like this. All right, young man. Y'all better be careful when y'all come into places like this. Oh shit, they went and called the whirly bird on me, y'all. They called the bird on me. They called the bird on me. Don't shoot Donald Trump. Don't shoot me. All right, there's somebody in this white car that just out there. He gonna get out. And y'all gonna see all 3 of the vehicles there in a minute if he pull out that white car. Only thing they're doing back here is gathering intel, y'all. See how they got the cars pointed outward? Come on, man, with the white car. Move out of the way so I can show my people all three of these cars. Yeah, he just parked in the way, so. Again, we got to put big businesses on point that they're just not going to take our money and they're not going to stand up with us and putting a stop to what is taking place in America today. So we got to boycott these individuals who allow this kind of shit to go on. You can see the third car right there in the back. There's three of them back there. The only way we put a stop to what is taking place in America today, y'all, it's not about rioting and protesting. It's about boycotting the rich who allow this to continuously to take place on their property. And I ain't got nothing against law enforcement or nothing else, but rich people think that they can get the money and not do what they need to do to keep citizens safe. People should be able to come to Advance Auto and not worried about being deported or arrested when they come onto the property. All right, y'all. It is now 3:06 and they still sitting here. It's July the 29th, 2026. And as you see now, you can see the other car back there. There's 3 of them sitting back there in the back there. Let's hang around until 4 o'clock, y'all. I got other things to do. But again, the only way we put a stop to this kind of stuff is that we boycott Advanced Auto Parts. Rich people. And when rich people start saying, wait, I want y'all to keep them off of my property, off the parking lot, and do your job. Because they have every right to tell law enforcement to get off their property unless somebody called them or they're investigating something. They just can't come and park on people's private property. This must be a Fed here too, because he keep coming by. I don't know who he is. He pulled into the parking lot. Now he riding by blowing his horn. But again, these are the individuals who we got to work on, these rich people's investment, to start boycotting the property. And then we got the management here of Advanced Auto. What's up, player? Why y'all got the feds sitting on y'all property, man? Huh? So now, that's the employees, they coming out here looking. But to get these people off, we gotta send a message to the CEO of Advanced Auto that we're not gonna do business with you no more until you keep the feds off your property. You ain't getting no more of our money as long as the feds sitting on your property, taking people's tag numbers and locking them up, sending them back to their country. See, corruption is divide and conquer. And that's what's happening in this country today. We got rich people dividing people. And the rich people sticking together as long as their money keep coming in. But when people stop spending money at these places here, dividing the rich people against each other, you'll see a change. Because no rich person want to go from caviar to bologna meat again. See, they eating caviar and steak while y'all eating McDonald's food. See the arm of that guy in the black car? His arm is out now. It is 3:15 in the afternoon, y'all, and at the parking lot. Look, let me show you the parking lot. And I applaud y'all. See, the parking lot is empty. I applaud y'all for getting this out here and letting people know that the feds are on this parking lot and that we got to boycott it. That we got to boycott it, y'all. We got to send a message to the CEOs of big business that you're not just going to take our money if you don't stand with us. It's time for Americans to come together and put a stop to this. All across America, not just here in Maryland, DC, all across America. Because when we stand together, none of this would take place. All this corruption wouldn't take place because we would start holding people accountable for their actions. But when big business allow these people to park on their parking lot, take photographs of citizens coming to do business with another business, you guys should have a problem with that. We got to send a message to these rich folks who allow this kind of stuff to take place on their property. Again, we got 3 of them sitting back there at the back of the thing. And the only reason they sitting back there is probably taking pictures of the people who come into this Advanced Auto to do business. And Advanced Auto knows they're sitting back there. And management won't say nothing about it. Security won't go back there and tell them to get off the property. But a person who's taking the photographs, let me rephrase that, person who's recording them out here trying to hem up citizens doing business with Advanced Auto, they want to trespass him off the property. But they're not going to trespass these guys off the property. Come on, man. Double standards. So we got to make it a statement with Advanced Auto. Let's boycott Advanced Auto, y'all. Let's keep their parking lot empty. That's an employee's car. All these cars here is employees' cars. Let's pass the word around to boycott Advanced Auto. Our people, man. You know, he could have stopped. What's up, Bernie? I got the feds over here today, Bernie. He could have stopped for you, bro.
Lucky I should run down the between this person.
Y'all new manager in there? Yeah. That's okay though. We boycotting this. The people putting it out there until y'all get new management or start doing something about this.
We got a new management. Like I said, his nigga
Yeah. They've been here for at least 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, I know. He acts just like one of them.
You almost should be. Here come one coming out, bro. Here come one coming. Here come another one. I think that's the same one.
This ain't not in service.
Oh, there should be another one coming out. So they got a new manager in there that he probably just as bad as the rest of the other one. But this is what we got to do. We got to boycott this shit, y'all. Because management, all they want is their paycheck. And that's it, stealing money from y'all to keep their operation going. And all he got to do is come out here and tell these guys to get off their property. And the people that come in here don't even know if they're taking pictures of their tag numbers, running their tags to get information about them. I don't know that's what they're doing, but the thing about it is this. What's up, man? And again, when I tell y'all, when y'all see this happening, y'all got to record it and put it out there for everybody to see. You know, when the feds was in town, they was using the Hilton Hotel to stay in. You got to let the citizens know that's what they're doing. They're sitting in here, the Vance Auto, they laying up in the Hilton Hotel, all that kind of shit, man. You got to let the citizens know where these guys are hanging out and what they're doing. There's always some shit going on out here at this avenue. But again, we got a Vance Auto management just allowing them to sit over here and take you citizens tag numbers, information, or whatever. And what they do is they run your tag number to find out, are you legally here, or did somebody else get them tags for y'all? Who's the address on them tags? And next thing you know, y'all gonna get a knock at the door. Or they put a bolo out for the tag numbers, and that's how they get y'all. So y'all, let's boycott a Vance Auto until they fall in position. Until they start helping the citizens out here, we're gonna start boycotting them, because they ain't got nothing but helping the feds out to round y'all up. What's up, Gordon Ramsay? Got the Fed back there. We got to make a change in this world, Gordon. Again, y'all, we got the feds. We got 3 cars back here, unmarked cars. At the back here, the silver, black and black. The other black ones on the other side of that white one. We're at Advance Auto, y'all, off of New Hampshire Avenue and Eastern Avenue in Tacoma Park, Maryland, in Montgomery County. And they letting the feds use the parking lot to do whatever they want to do. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And don't get me wrong, if you come into this country illegally, it's time for y'all to go. Because the person that spot you took is somebody who did everything they needed to do to come into this country the right way. And to me, I think before you come into this country, you should know what the Constitution is and the basic laws, the supreme law of this country, before you're allowed to come into this country. That's one of the big problems we have in this country. A lot of people don't know what their rights are. And that's why these rich people keep stepping on y'all, because y'all don't know what y'all rights is. You don't know what the law is. And if you knew it before you come into this country, things would be a whole lot easier. Look at this, y'all. We got Tacoma Park coming down here now. Look at them. They call Tacoma Park down here. Look at it. 3 deep, y'all. Like that's gonna mean something. Look at them. Ah! Look at him. We got car 3394. We got 392. Let's see what the other one is. And we got 391 look like. That shit ain't gonna mean shit. Hold on, we'll get back to the feds in a minute. Let's see what they gonna do. This is what I mean why we gotta boycott these guys here. They all for the feds locking up the foreigners in here. We got 3 police cars from Tacoma Park down here, y'all. We'll get back to the feds in a minute. Let's see what this time. Advance Auto called Tacoma Park down here. They sent 3 cruisers down here, y'all. A man with a camera. Let's see if they come out here and engage me. I've been on the sidewalk the whole time, y'all. Where they at? And I wish they would come out here and say something to me. They probably in there telling them all kind of shit. And ain't shit they go do. I've been on this sidewalk the whole time. Look at them. They in the doorway right here talking to them. Right here in the doorway. They right here in the doorway, right here. Look at them. Look at them. Ain't shit they could do. Not one thing they could do but go into a lawsuit and get fired. Look at them. They all standing right here at the door right here. Look at them. Tacoma Park, y'all. That's right. Get back in your cars and go back to the neighborhood. The fuck? That's right. Get back in your cars and go back to your neighborhood. Security guards, get the fuck out of here. This is what I mean. Advance Auto call, but they let the feds sit down there and take the customers' tag numbers and everything down there, taking pictures of the customers. But when a cameraman come out here and put them on blast, they call the security force. Get the fuck out of here. They let these mugs come out here and take y'all pictures or y'all tags, run y'all tags, and they say, and they don't do shit about it. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck? This is a auto zone, y'all. Advance Auto. Let's boycott Advance Auto, y'all. The fuck you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. And they got the feds sitting down there taking pictures of everybody tag numbers. But when a man come with a camera, they send 3 units down here to try to bully him. And I know them guys don't want to lose their jobs. So this is why we got to boycott this Advance Auto right here, y'all. They got the feds back there taking pictures of everybody tag number that comes into this place, but they don't say nothing to them. Get the fuck out of here. Then we got the manager and everybody in here. They want y'all money, but they don't want to do anything about the feds sitting over here. Get the fuck out of here. These clowns sitting in the doorway. They want the customers' money, but they won't do nothing about the feds who are violating people's rights over here taking a picture for no reason. Oh, fuck out of here. Look at them standing at the door, y'all. I guess they went in there and told him ain't nothing they could do because he on the sidewalk. They need to close this motherfucking place down. So now people, I told y'all, let's boycott this Advance Auto and close it down. I don't know why they call the security force of Tacoma Park. They definitely don't want to go another round with me. And I guess and I ain't got nothing against Tacoma Park, but I guess they went in there and told them ain't nothing we could do about it. It's a free country. But this is what is going on with this Advance Auto. They hate freedom, y'all. They hate freedom. That's why they letting these feds sit on their property, because they hate freedom. And you got to stop giving them your money inside this Advance Auto. Let's send a message to the owner. That shit pisses me off. This is what I say about rich people, y'all. You got management in here, and I'm pretty sure they black. And well, you got a white fat motherfucker in there. But then they hate freedom, y'all. You got that motherfucker feds sitting down there, and these clowns call because I'm standing on a sidewalk recording the feds sitting on their property, recording all the customers out here, and you gonna call the Tacoma Park police, and I applaud them for coming in there and telling them they can't do shit because he's on the sidewalk. His First Amendment right. The fuck out of here. And I'm pretty sure they said if he come on the property, call us back. I have no intentions of coming on your property. I'm gonna let the camera do the job for me. But again, we got 3 feds sitting back here. We got management calling Tacoma Park because they hate freedom. They want your money, but they don't like freedom in here, y'all. So let's boycott them. I'm gonna be out here every day now, filming these freedom haters inside of this Advance Auto, inside this joint. They don't like freedom in here, y'all. They want your money, but they don't care about your freedom. Again, y'all, it is 3:50, and management of Advance Auto called Tacoma Park, Maryland, in Montgomery County, to come and try to run the cameraman off from the sidewalk in front of their business, where they let the feds sit back there and take pictures of customers coming in and out of their establishment. Get the fuck out of here. And they come down here with 3 cars trying to intimidate. Get the fuck out of here. We got the feds sitting all the way in the back, but I want to keep Advance Auto, y'all. Let's boycott Advance Auto. Okay? Spread the word. We got to boycott them. You see how they call the police of Tacoma Park, but they let 3 units sit back there in the back. God knows what they're doing, but they want the cameraman who's standing on the sidewalk removed off the sidewalk. Get the fuck out of here. It's a damn shame that America has become this way, where we got big business. I'm on the sidewalk recording, taking recordings, and they call the police to try to run a citizen off the sidewalk, y'all. But you let the feds sit over there on the parking lot and record or do whatever they're doing, and they've been here all day, y'all. All day. I want to see who this fuck manager is in here. Hey, how you doing, man? Again, citizens, you just saw how tyranny is, where we got management in here calling Tacoma Park to try to get me removed off the sidewalk because I'm recording the corruption where they letting feds sit on the parking lot and might be recording customers' tag numbers, but they won't say nothing to them. You saw Tacoma Park, they didn't even go out there and say nothing to them or find out who they are, but they wanted me removed, a citizen removed off the parking lot, but keep the feds over there. So let's boycott this Advance Auto, y'all. And I don't know what, I know one, but he probably left. I don't know if he's back or not. I don't know who these two is, and really don't even care because, hey, if y'all ain't standing up, hey, like I say, we need law enforcement. Don't take it the wrong way, but let's do it across the board. If you're gonna run me off, why don't you run them off? Whoever called the police in this Advance Auto ain't no but a straight up bitch coward. And I'm gonna be here every day now, recording Advance Auto. Let's keep them off the parking lot, y'all. Spread the word to boycott this Advance Auto because they do not like freedom. If people got a problem or go against the grain about freedom, we got to put it out there and let people know about it. And to Tacoma Park, I applaud y'all because our first encounter was a learning encounter. It was a learning encounter. Now I'm in the university, and I'll take you to Greenbelt. I hold judges, prosecutors, and state all of them accountable. And we file complaints and go after their jobs now. And I applaud Tacoma Park going in there telling these cowards ain't shit they could do about it. You know, unless he come onto your property, and I ain't intending to come onto this property. I can because I ain't been trespassed. Ain't nobody ever gave me no trespass warning. The fat boy, he didn't have authority to say it, but I called their corporate office out there in North Carolina or South Carolina, but I don't do business with corrupt people. You won't get no more of my money in this Advance Auto. I want to see who the clown manager is of this Advance Auto now. All right, take care, man. They sent 3 units down here, y'all. And I guarantee you, they told them we got somebody who's trespassing on the property. and that's a crime because you're filing a false or making a false statement to get resources down here of 3 units. Of Tacoma Park down here on a false statement. As you see, the security guard is leaving now. The other one is in this Ford right here. I was gonna leave at 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock now. I'm gonna wait a little longer. I wanna see who this manager is in here. They call the feds, Tacoma Park, on a citizen engaged in a constitutional right. But again, we got management inside of here calling to other police to get rid of the citizen on the sidewalk, but they won't get rid of the feds. 3 cars back there in the back won't get rid of them. Doing the same thing I'm doing, taking pictures of people in the parking lot. Get the fuck out of here. Let's see if they leave at 5 o'clock and then come back later on or whatever. But I don't know who these is right here in that silver and black car. I don't even know that black car that's pointed inward. I don't know who that is. But the other one that left was a I think it was a lieutenant of the Prince George's County. It is now 4:05, July the 29th, 2026. And again, we got a Vance Auto, y'all, calling Tacoma Park to remove me off the sidewalk. But back here, we got the feds back here doing the same thing I'm doing, taking pictures, chilling out, but they on their property. But we got the management inside of here calling Tacoma Park, who came down here, and I applaud them again, tell them ain't nothing they could do because he on the sidewalk. And I don't know what else they said, engaged in a constitutional right. I'm pretty sure they not said that, but they say if he come on the property, call us. You know, they sent the bit of, they brought the Jolly Green Giant along with them in uniform. I guess that's to try to scare me. It doesn't. It doesn't. So y'all, this shit is funny. But we're gonna be out here every day, and I'm gonna bring the big camera out here, and we're gonna set up and we're gonna record Advance Auto. Cause we got to boycott this Advance Auto because they hate freedom in this Advance Auto. Let's send a message to the CEO of Advance Auto. It's time to clean out this store and put some new people in here who love freedom. As you see back there, those are the 3 cars. The silver car, the black car, and there's another black car right there. Again, y'all, we are at Advance Auto on New Hampshire Avenue and Eastern Avenue in Tacoma Park, Maryland. Management just called Tacoma Park trying to get me removed off the sidewalk recording their property. But back in the back here, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all again. We got 3 Fed cars back there doing the same thing I'm doing. If they're not, they just chilling out on the property. But yet and still, they didn't call them and tell them they wanted them removed off the property. And they've been here all day, y'all. They've been here all day at Advance Auto on New Hampshire Avenue. And let's boycott this Advance Auto, y'all. Let's send a message to the CEO that we don't like what your management is doing inside of this property. And ain't no wrong with Tacoma Park not coming out here and engage me. Hey, they did the right thing. You know how I roll. And it's funny, I guarantee you, they've been sitting on this parking lot all day. All day. And it take me to come out here, and then we got the management in here to call in Tacoma Park while I'm standing on the sidewalk to try to get me removed off the sidewalk. Ain't that some shit? But they've been sitting here all day, and they ain't even, these cowards of management didn't even go out there and tell them, could y'all move off the parking lot? But again, they've been sitting in that spot back there all day, and the management ain't come out because he a coward and say nothing to them, but he want to come and say something to the cameraman standing out on the sidewalk. Ain't that some shit? Because he don't like freedom. Uneducated. And he running Advance Auto. And I'm pretty sure they told him what I was doing because they kept looking down there at them. They got an employee there walking in front of them. Ain't none of them saying nothing to him. Nothing to him. Again, we got them all the way in the back there, and they didn't say nothing. They've been here all day, parked back there in the back. And ain't said nothing to them, but when a citizen comes out here, they want to call Tacoma Park on a person. Get the fuck out of here. All right, here they come now. They coming out, y'all. They leaving. They leaving. Look at them. Look at them. That's one right there. This is one right here. This is one right here, y'all. This is one. See the antenna on the back of the car? See the antenna on the back of the car? This is one. What are the other two at? This is another. These are the other two right here. These are the other two right here. Oh, you came back?
Yeah.
Nothing against y'all, man. You see how they try to call Tacoma Park? They hate freedom, man. I gotta put them out there. Yeah. No, Advance Auto.
That's who called?
Yeah, that's who called. But they can't. I ain't worried about it unless they want to go back into federal court. I didn't know you had came back, man. Ain't nothing against y'all, man. All right. Take care, man. This is the other one. That's my man there. He cool people. This is the other one right here. But these cars, but look at them. So that's Prince George's County right there, y'all. All that's Prince George's County. But then you got these clowns over here calling the police. And he good people. Don't get me wrong. We got Advance Auto who hate freedom, y'all. So we got to boycott these mugs here, y'all. We got to boycott these mugs here. Tell y'all manager I'm gonna be here every day. Every day. Fuck him. He black or white?
White.
He white? The manager.
The manager.
He black or white? White? Okay. I just want to know if Black Lives Matter. He called Tacoma Park like that was gonna mean something. He better learn the law. He won't run the feds off. He tried to run me off. Okay, so we got a white manager in here. Well, you know how that is when they see black people. They definitely got a problem with us. But we're gonna boycott this Advance Auto, y'all. And that includes all y'all. So pass the word around that we need to boycott this Advance Auto. So that was Prince George's County, y'all, over here in Montgomery County. But we gotta boycott this Advance Auto, y'all, and send a message to their owner that this is unacceptable. I don't know what they doing over here, though. It ain't even about that. If y'all don't care and y'all don't want to stand up and be counted, that's on y'all. So like I said, you don't know if they the feds or who they are, but they've been here all day. But we gotta boycott this Advance Auto here because they've been letting the feds come over here, take pictures of y'all while y'all in this parking lot. While y'all in this parking lot doing business with this parking lot. And then what they do is they end up on your front door, knocking on your door because they allowed them to take pictures of you, all these cars out here. And then they run the tag numbers. If you got warrants or if you've been looking for them or whatever. Because Advance Auto allows them to sit on their property, the feds. So we're gonna start sitting out here too. We're gonna start sitting out here too, watching this property along with the feds. So y'all stand by, more to come.